Have you heard of what happened to? No, it is not cut. It is just doubled up. It's not cut. It's just double up. So the person twist it and something and double it. It's not cut. It's still long, man. You look like a schoolers. I never hear that one day in a long time. Yes, Jamaica. Jamaica, I'm tired, you know.
Yeah, we'll do some work today.
I did a lot of work today because I'm packing to go to Negril. I'm very tired. But you see what is happening to Aujae Dixon? You see what is happening to Aujae Dixon? It's cruelty to humanity. Where they're interdicting Aujae Dixon for he ran for member of parliament. Listen to what the People's National Party spokesperson for Justice, Zuleika Jess, had to say about this. Listen to this, Jamaica.
The following is a release from the People's National Party Media Unit.
People's National Party strongly condemns the unfair interdiction of Dr. Aujae Dixon, who has been suspended from duties because he chose to participate as a candidate in the recent general elections. This action undermines civic participation and it threatens the very freedoms our democracy is meant to protect. Whether through an overly zealous application of policy or a misinterpretation of staff orders, the effect is the same. It silences those who seek to exercise their constitutional rights. We call on the Southern Regional Health Authority to immediately rescind this interdiction and reinstate Dr. Dixon to his substantive post in the interest of justice. The People's National Party also notes that courts in other Caribbean jurisdictions, including Barbados, have struck down similar staff orders as unconstitutional and unjustifiable in a free and democratic society. We therefore urge the government to move with urgency to review and reform these outdated staff orders so that no public servant in Jamaica is ever again subjected to this kind of injustice. The People's National Party stands firmly with Dr. Dixon and reaffirms our commitment to defending justice, equality, and the democratic rights of all Jamaicans.
Visit our website at pnp.org.jm or check us out on Facebook at Jamaica PNP.
Jamaica. I want to say to Dr. Aujae Dixon, stand firm. Dr. Dixon, stand firm for me. Stand firm. Put up your fist, Jamaica. Stand firm, Dr. Dixon. Stand firm, Dr. Dixon. Our country is trying to sabotage. Stand firm. Yeah. In slavery days, my poor brothers couldn't rest. Our pregnant mothers, they died them in stress. Stand firm. We are one family. Stand firm. Stand firm against our enemies. Stand firm. Yeah. Them spreading propaganda, they only want to destroy us. Their only intention is to separate us. Stand firm against colonialists. Stand firm. Colonialists.
We are stepping, yes. Stepping into progress. We are stepping. So let's join our hands together. We are stepping again.
Jamaica. Those draconian legislations that have been on our books for times now. They're draconian, you know, because in modern time, Jamaica short doctors and nurses, and you're going to put a doctor upon interdiction. Make it make sense. We are short medical practitioners and tough to decide to put Dixon upon interdiction. Unless you say something is wrong with them. Sabotage this, you know. Sabotage this, you know, Jamaica. So I am saying to Dr. Aujae Dixon tonight, stand firm. I am saying to Dr. Aujae Dixon tonight, stand firm. You, Christopher Tufton, Doctor of Death. You and your government, your cruel, evil government. You can't even stand firm on the issue of Palestine and Israel.
Yes.
When everybody else walk out on the Israeli Prime Minister, Jamaica and Kamina and Andrew sit down. Arms and gloves. Nothing you are whatsoever I mean. Arms and gloves up. Right now, you have Jamaicans where they are sea. A Gaza. Can't come home. Producer show it. You have Jamaicans where they are sea. A Gaza. Can't come home. And what is Kamina Johnson doing about it? What is Kamina Johnson doing about it? What is Kamina Johnson doing about it? Is a video producer with the guy with the Jamaica flag.
Assalamu alaikum and greetings. Ambassador Anuel here from the Akongpong Maroons. And this is an urgent call for action for all proud Jamaicans, both locally and overseas. We must show solidarity with our brother here, Aaron White, a British Jamaican citizen of Maroon descent, who has been proudly waving this Jamaican flag since day one, setting sail on the Freedom Flotilla, a peaceful humanitarian convoy bringing humanitarian aid to our brothers and sisters in Gaza, who is desperately in need. We ask that the Ministry of Foreign Affairs, through the Minister, the Honourable Kamina Johnson Smith, and the British High Commissioner in Jamaica, negotiate the safe and immediate release of our brother Aaron White. And for anybody, all Jamaicans who wish to assist, please look at the comments below the pinned comment and see how you can help us send messages to both the Ministry of Foreign Affairs for Jamaica and also the British High Commissioner to support our brother who is now a prisoner of war.
You hear that? Our brother is a prisoner of war because he's carrying humanitarian aid to Gaza. And the Israelis decide to lock down anybody who decide. And Andrew Holness, friends of Netanyahu and Netanyahu. Serious matter, Jamaica. Netanyahu and Netanyahu and Netanyahu. The man want to come home. Please. And Kamina Johnson Smith and Andrew Holness is a friend of the enemy. A friend of the enemy. The Jamaican man want to come home. He's a Jamaican, a Maroon, and he is a British citizen. And rather than Kamina and Andrew, stop arms and gloves up. This Israel man, where Andrew go up on the wall. Go pray to the wall. When I want to find me, I'm at this speech. I want you to hear me a Matley speech tonight, Jamaica. I want you to hear me a more Matley speech.
The peace and security of many of our
Listen to this.
done better recently. Many of our people ask every day, why has the United Nations not done better recently?
Listen to
The
this.
simple truth, my friends, is that countries have lacked.
Put up me a picture.
Countries have lacked the political will to live by the charter and to do what is right for humanity.
Thank you.
Countries of different sizes, capacities, and cultures can only survive in this world in which we live if we maintain a rules-based system.
Thank you.
It is no different to what we have to do in our own countries to maintain and protect the vulnerable and the weak.
Yes.
In fact, it's no different than what has to be done in a child's playground. The rules-based system is what protects us from bullying and from rogue behavior.
Yes.
Our charter was designed to promote compassion,
Thank you, Mia.
equality, fairness. And this is why it is imperative that we maintain a rules-based system. I speak as a leader of a small country. Our future is placed at risk unless we preserve this rules-based system. The law of the jungle does not guarantee any of us a future on a livable, or indeed doesn't guarantee us a livable planet.
Thank you.
We have simply to step up to the plate.
Step up to the
And
plate.
unlike the West Indian Federation, when one country left and the maths of the day was 1 from 10 leaves 0, we must remember that if there are those who don't want to be inside at the dance, that 1 or 2 or 3 from 193 does not leave 0. Does not leave 0.
Shut up.
Those of us who remain
You remember the
can
argument here?
continue to pursue our vital interests. And we don't criticize countries for making sovereign decisions because that's what governments were elected to do. If that's not what they want, that's not what they want. But let us get on with the business and protect our vital interests
Yes.
of preserving a rules-based system to strengthen us, to build peace, to allow us to better face challenges from climate to pandemics to unregulated AI, and generally to build a better life for our people. There is no doubt that there is a case for efficiency gains to be made in this United Nations institutional framework. We know that. But once we finish the efficiency gains, member states who want or need a rules-based order must put their money where their mouth is. If we are to be protected by a rules-based system,
Yes.
then we must step up to the plate and provide the funds to bridge the gap, to deliver the results that we desire. We must move from short pants to long pants and understand that we can no longer complain about the absence or behavior of a country and not ourselves be prepared to make wrong things right. It is as simple as that. And believe me, the arithmetic is not bad. It is within each of our reach to reach there, to do it. And let us remember the Aristotelian principle, equality among equals, proportionality among unequals.
Equality among equals. It was Trinidadian Eric Williams, quote me, as a historian,
Yeah.
who said that 1 from 10 leaves not. In meaning that if Jamaica and Trinidad is taken away from the Federation can't exist.
No, not that.
That was his argument. Nonsensical argument. But I am making the point tonight, Jamaica, that when Mia Amor Motley goes to CARICOM, goes to the United Nations, everywhere in the world picks her up. But when our Prime Minister, the one we call himself the most beloved bro God, goes, none of his speech leaves any sentimental or monumental impact.
Flat.
It's flat. It's without purpose. It's baseless.
No conviction.
It's not just no conviction. It has no spirit. It has no call to action. It has no call to action. Let me welcome tonight the opposition spokesperson on justice, Zuleika Jess, as she breaks down what is happening in the case of Aujae Dixon. Let us welcome Zuleika Jess tonight. Wow. Member of Parliament, Zuleika Jess, good night.
Good night, Andre. Good night to your listeners. Good night, Jamaica.
Miss Jess, you made a press release today talking about the situation with Aujae Dixon. What is really the situation that Dr. Dixon is faced with?
The situation that Dr. Dixon faces is that of being suspended by virtue of having offered himself to serve as a candidate for the People's National Party in the recently concluded general elections. So in short, he has been placed on interdiction for actively participating in the last general election.
So what constitutes a civil servant? Teachers not constitute civil servants too.
So teachers generally by and large are regarded as civil servants. It's simply that under their regulations, they are exempt. So they are specifically and expressly allowed to offer themselves as candidates in elections. So it's not to say that they're not public servants, it's just that they have been granted an exemption. So they're excluded.
So why then the doctors and the nurses can't be granted the said exemption just as the teachers?
That is our exact position, that there is no reason in logic or in law that should compel the state to offer an exemption or allow for some members of the public service to be allowed to offer themselves, but to not allow for others to do so. We believe that the time has come, Andre, for us to revisit those archaic rules, because one of the things we have to bear in mind is that a number of these staff orders, a number of these regulations which prohibit and ban persons in the public sector from offering themselves, these are vestiges of our colonial past. And so we believe in the People's National Party that the time has come for us to move away from those shackles and to align with the modern state of affairs, because we know that in other jurisdictions that follow the very similar legal system that we do, jurisdictions such as Barbados, they have tested this issue in their courts. And the rulings have been very clear by the high courts in those jurisdictions. The ruling and pronouncements coming out of the court state very clearly that it is not reasonably justified in a free and democratic society to have a prohibition of that nature, whereby you prohibit or you ban public sector workers in such a blanket manner from offering themselves to serve.
So there was a ruling recently?
There was. Yes, I believe the ruling was actually handed down sometime in or around 2022. So it is a fairly recent decision.
And because of that, is the PNP planning to carry this matter to court?
The People's National Party at this particular time is in fact exploring all available options and will decide on the best course that will safeguard the interest of justice and ensure that Dr. Dixon's constitutional rights are not infringed or violated by what we consider to be a government that is actively involved in stifling democracy and stifling the fundamental rights of Jamaican citizens to freely express themselves, freely associate and freely offer themselves to serve at the highest level, which is to serve your country. So we're exploring all possible options at this time.
So my question is, why didn't they warn him or bar him from running the election before him going to the election? Why do it now? Why do it now, Miss Jess?
I think it is consistent with a pattern of this government. We saw the very same thing happen in 2020 in the very same constituency with a similar PNP candidate. The only difference, absolutely, the only difference is the name of the candidate. They were both medical doctors, and the very same course that you're seeing being explored right now in the case of Dr. Dixon is the very same course that was undertaken for Dr. Brennan. So what we are viewing is clearly a pattern from the Jamaica Labour Party, where it almost appears as though they wish to punish those who offer themselves to serve if it is that they run on the People's National Party's ticket. And I say that because we do not see the same application of the staff orders when it comes on to other members who are public servants.
Yes.
We note with very great interest and concern that when the member for Central Manchester would have been employed to Hartrust NTA and was there.
Crawford.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. She offered herself and she ran as a candidate. No sanctions were actually taken against her. We saw the very same thing happen in the case of the member from Trelawney Northern. She was actually employed to TP Dixo at the time she offered herself as Member of Parliament candidate, and yet no sanction was taken.
That is Toba Hamilton.
That is correct. And I can go even further back to before I was even born or you were even born. And I can go back to the case of the very well-known Ken Ball, who ran on a Jamaica Labour Party ticket as Member of Parliament whilst he was serving at Cornwall Regional as a medical doctor, a senior medical doctor. Wow. And he won his seat. No type of sanctions were applied in the case of those who ran on the Jamaica Labour Party ticket.
So basically, there's no reasonable, justifiable reason for them to do what they have done to Dr. Dixon.
That is our very strong position, that there is no reason in law or in logic for them to take the position that they have taken against Dr. Dixon, a young man who is dedicated to Jamaica by all accounts, and from all indications, he has served with distinction. He does not discriminate on the basis of political allegiance. And so it is rather disappointing that a government that has openly indicated that they want the very best that Jamaica has to offer to make themselves available for public service by serving as a parliamentarian, that they would seek to punish one of our very best, one of our youngest and brightest, one who is dedicated to his community and has served his community from quite a young age and continues to do so. We find it rather unfortunate, and it smacks of political victimization. And we hope that the government will actually review its decision and actually act in accordance with democratic ideals. So it is our position that the government really ought properly to reverse itself on this issue of the interdiction.
What is the timeline you're giving the government to uplift this interdiction?
We have not given the government an express timeline. However, we believe that it is only reasonable to afford a reasonable opportunity to do right. And so that is why at this particular moment, we are exploring all avenues. We believe in discourse, in dialogue, in having consensus. But if it is that the matter cannot be resolved in that way, then we are prepared to explore all avenues. Everything is on the table.
Including going to the Constitutional Court?
All options are on the table.
Zuleika Jess, you recently became spokesperson on justice, and already you are now being tested to show how solid a spokesperson you are. You have been taken out of the gate, and you're now on the battlefield as Lady Justice.
Absolutely. It's a good thing that I am no stranger to the battlefield, and I am someone who one would consider to be quite honed where battles are concerned. And so I really trust and hope that this is a battle that one does not have to waste taxpayers' time and Lady Justice's resources, which are already so